Namaste to all. Here I am with a new video relating to cost accounting, and in this video we are going to discuss cost sheet, which is used for one method of costing, that is unit output costing, which is relevant for our exam purpose. So let us start our discussion. Unit output costing, this is the unit which we are going to discuss, and it is based on the cost sheet. So let us see the format of cost sheet, how cost sheet will appear. Format of cost sheet, see here we are having format of cost sheet. Okay, just a minute. On the cost sheet we will be having just so here we are having cost sheet. So let me move towards here, right. I am at the top, right. Let us discuss format of cost sheet. One particulars column, two amounts columns will be there, and one cost per unit column. The most important thing of cost sheet is that you can calculate cost per unit, and cost sheet if you extend and include sales. So while getting total cost, we use cost sheet. After getting total cost, if you deduct total cost from the sales, you will know what is the profit or loss per each unit and overall business. So cost sheet will be useful for knowing total cost and also per unit cost. That is the benefit of the cost sheet, and cost sheet can be prepared for product wise as well as department wise or unit wise. Each unit, different unit, each department, like that we can prepare. There are different stages in cost sheet. Okay, how cost is incurred for each stage of production will be known with the cost sheet. So first stage is prime cost. Prime cost is nothing but the sum of aggregate values of direct material consumed, direct labor or direct wages plus direct expenses, which are directly involved in making a product, together is known as prime cost or direct cost. So to get this direct cost of direct material consumed, direct labor, direct expenses, together if you add, you will get prime cost. Okay, if you divide by number of units produced, you will get per unit direct labor, direct material, direct labor and direct expenses by dividing the number of units produced. So that you can get per unit cost also. Sir, how to get direct material consumed? For this purpose, there is small calculation. We need to take opening balance of raw material, add purchases of raw material to opening stock. Then if any direct expenses which are incurred in bringing the raw material to present location and condition, all those which are directly involved for the getting the procurement of material like freight, carriage, loading, unloading charges, etc. should be added, and purchase returns will be deducted, closing stock of raw material also will be deducted. If any non-refundable duties are there, then we will consider. If refundable duties are there, then we will deduct. If non-refundable duties are there, then we will add those non-refundable duties to the duty. Here means tax. Non-refundable taxes will be added to get direct material consumed. So what is the pro forma means? Direct materials, how you will get means opening stock of raw material plus purchase of raw material plus any direct expenses, these expenses which are directly related with the procurement of freight and carriage like material. So, to get material whatever expenses incurred will be added. Then lastly, purchase returns and closing stock of raw material, if you deduct, you will get direct material consumed. To that we will add direct labor and direct expenses. These are direct expenses which are incurred for making the product, like engineer designing charges or any other directly related expenses, and royalty, patent rights, any which are incurred for the product will be directly added to the product. So, these are direct expenses. Together we will get prime cost, that is our first stage in the cost sheet. So, let us see the next stage. What is the next stage? So, in the next stage we will add factory overheads. What we will add? We will add factory overheads, or we can say production overheads, or manufacturing overheads, or works overheads. P for production, M for manufacturing, and W for works overheads. All expenses which are directly incurred in the production activity, like plant and machinery used, so depreciation relating to them. In case of factory building, there will be depreciation. Electric power, okay, power charges incurred for the production, wages of foremen and watchmen who are working in factory, storekeeper wages, okay, and oil, water, gas charges which are incurred in factory, repairs of plant and machinery and building which are used for the production activity or factory, consumable stores if any. Altogether will get total factory overheads. So, total factory overheads, from that any sale of byproduct or scrap. While making one product, sometimes we may realize another product which is not our intention to produce. By selling those byproducts or scrap, whatever amount realized, that will be deducted from the total factory overheads. Then we will get gross factory cost. To the gross factory cost, we need to add opening work in progress and closing work in progress. Only amount of these opening work in progress and closing work in progress will be added and deducted. Per unit column, we will not do any calculation for the opening work in progress and closing work in progress. After adjusting opening work in progress and closing work in progress, हमें मिलेगा, we will get works cost or factory cost. Okay, what we will get? Works cost or factory cost. So, this is how all factory related expenditure will be added. మొత్తం factory related expenditure అన్ని add చేస్తాం. We will get factory overheads. Please remember one thing. Just a minute. Please remember one thing. In factory overheads, stock which is included is work in progress. Okay, whereas in case of prime cost, which stock is involved means the raw material will be involved. Just a minute. Before this we are having raw material here. So, raw material, opening raw material and closing raw material is adjusted to get prime cost. Similarly, here in case of works cost, we are adjusting opening work in progress and closing work in progress. Opening will be added and closing will be deducted to get factory overheads. Hope you have understood. అర్థమైంది అనుకుంటా, అంతేగా, రైట్? समझ में आ गया ना? And number of units, if you deduct this works cost with the number of units produced or manufactured you will get cost per unit here in the cost per unit column. Okay, by dividing total cost with the number of units, works cost here total means works cost or factory cost divided by number of units, you will get cost per unit. Okay, next our addition will be of other expenses which are related to production or making the product available to the customers. So some other expenses will be incurred like office, and we will add here office and administration overheads, depreciation of office furniture, depreciation of office building, office uh, salaries and expenses who are working in office, ये सब ऐड करना है. रिपेयर्स ऑफ ऑफिस फर्नीचर एंड बिल्डिंग, office lighting, rent, stationery, printing, telephone, all general expenses which are incurred for in the office, those expenses. And manager salary, whether general manager or any other manager, directors fees, auditors fees, etc. will be also added in the office and administration overheads. After adding these, okay, you will get total office overheads, office overheads, that will be divided by the number of units produced, you will get cost per unit. And cost of production, what we will get means after adding this to works cost, किसे ऐड करना, ऊपर जो वर्क्स कास्ट आया उसको क्या करना पड़ेगा, ये एक्सपेंसेस ఆఫీస్ ఓవర్ హెడ్స్ పూరే యాడ్ करना है. ये पूरे యాడ్ करे तो ఇవి యాడ్ చేసిన తర్వాత వర్క్స్ కాస్ట్కి ఇంతకుముందు వచ్చిన స్టేజ్లో వచ్చిన కాస్ట్కి ఆఫీస్ ఓవర్ హెడ్స్ అన్నీ యాడ్ చేస్తే కాస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ వీ విల్ గెట్, వాట్ వీ విల్ గెట్, కాస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొడక్షన్. Please remember this will be useful very much in next steps. So opening stock of finished goods will be added and closing stock of finished goods will be deducted here in the office and administration overheads. Stocks which are adjusted will be, opening stock will be added, its value will be given in the question, we will take, but per unit column no value will be taken. And closing stock of finished goods, if there are 400 units of closing stock and your cost of production is say 10 rupees, so this 400 units will be valued at what rate, cost of production, whatever production cost per unit you are getting 10 rupees, that will be multiplied and 4000 rupees we will deduct from the cost of production to get cost of goods sold. What we will get, cost of goods sold. So closing stock will be simple. एक ही बात याद रखो, if closing stock value is not given, this value is not given of finished goods, number of units into cost per unit of production, whatever cost per unit production cost we are getting, that will be multiplied as you will get value, that value will be deducted, you will get cost of goods sold. And one more thing, please remember, from here on when you get cost of goods sold, from here on to get cost per unit, we need to divide till here we have divided with number of units produced till cost of production. But from cost of goods sold, we need to divide it by number of units sold. किससे डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा, नंबर ऑफ यूनिट से डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा. देंతో डिवाइड చేయాలి, नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स తో डिवाइड చేయాలి from cost of production, sorry, cost of goods sold till cost of production, total number of units produced or manufactured. From cost of goods sold onwards, number of units sold we need to consider. Please remember this point. Okay, next after this we will be having selling and distribution overheads. So let us see selling and distribution overheads. carriage or freight outward, salesman salary, traveling expenses, advertisement, marketing expenses, warehouse charges, sales promotion expenses, sales related commission, distribution, etc., department expenses. All these expenses together you will get total sales overheads. If you divide by number of units sold, you will get per unit of total selling and over distribution overheads. To cost of goods sold, to cost of goods sold, if you add selling and distribution overheads, this amount, you will get cost of sales or total cost, which will be divided by number of units sold generally. Okay, then we will be having sales. The difference between sales minus total cost, sales minus total cost will be your profit, and if you divide by number of units sold, you will get profit per unit. This is how our cost sheet will be prepared. Okay, hope यहाँ तक समझ में आया. I am repeating few things. Please remember, in first thing, just a minute, in getting prime cost, we are adjusting opening stock of raw material, closing stock of raw material, right? Next, after this, in works overheads, just in works overheads or factory overheads, opening work in progress, closing work in progress will be adjusted, right? In after adjusting finished goods, you will get cost of goods sold, right? Please remember these three things, and remember one more thing, till cost of production, number of units produced should be considered. From cost of goods sold, number of units sold should be considered. సార్ బార్ బార్ బోల్ రే సార్ మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నారు ఎగ్జామ్లో ఇదే మీరు మర్చిపోతారు కాబట్టి మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నా బార్ బార్ బోల్ రే इसलिए कि आप भूलना नहीं बोल के. Next, selling and distribution overheads added. From sales, if you deduct cost, you will get either profit or loss. Till here there will not be any problem, and more than this you need to remember very important thing, that is these points. Expenses should be excluded from the definition of cost sheet. थोड़े expenses है जो cost sheet में से exclude करना पड़ता. Just a minute. अरे what happened to this? Just a minute. Let us continue. Here we are having some exclusions from cost sheet. Okay, in the getting total cost, okay, product should include only those items expenses which are charged against the profit items expenses which are referring to capital assets or capital losses, payment by way of distribution of, okay, profit, and matters of pure financial are not form part of cost. ओके, ये सब चीज़ें कास्ट शीट में इंक्लूड नहीं करना है. वन इज फाइनेंशियल एक्सपेंसेस, दैट इज इंटरेस्ट ऑन बैंक चार्जेस and cash discount which we are allowing, income tax payable or proposed dividend, okay, and expenditure written of miscellaneous, penalties and fines which are paid, donations or charities, profit on sale of asset or loss on sale of asset, appropriation to the reserves, general reserve and any other transfer to general reserve like that, and goodwill written off. Okay, goodwill written off like that. If any other expenses which are pure financial nature will not be included in the definition, and capital nature expenditure also will not be included in the cost sheet. So please remember these points. These will be given in the question. You need to do one thing, you need to ignore them. जैसे आप लोग करते हो गर्ल्स विल इग्नोर द बॉयज, ओके, वैसे इग्नोर करना है इन चीज़ों को, राइट. लेट अस सी, this is how we need to prepare cost sheet. So here I am ending the format relating to cost sheet. In the next videos we will discuss the problems relating to this. So तब तक सीखते रहो, क्योंकि सीखना बंद तो जीतना बंद. And like, share and subscribe with your friends. Don't be selfish, क्योंकि sharing is caring. You care for your friends. And Jai Hind.